that, you know,
Yo,
basically
what the
with the gun
fuck? Yo. What? Oh, I mean, let's be honest. This shit is fucking expensive. Okay, should we watch the smart gun thing? Okay, we'll watch the smart gun thing. I don't really have that much to say. I just want to learn. I want to see it.
Okay. That Navy SEAL you see before you is holding a gun made by BioFire. Its very, very big claim is that it's the first company to make a smart gun that actually works. That's right.
What the fuck is going on with that trigger? That's probably... Okay.
James Bond style, fingerprint and facial recognition.
Oh, facial recognition.
The gun only fires if the right person is holding it.
it knows somebody's holding on to it. But no matter how much you pulls the trigger, nothing's going to happen.
Interesting. Bro, what the fuck?
The person who started by...
I'm assuming all the the computer bits are all in the below the slide here.
BioFire is Kai Klupfer. He's all of 25 years old and has been working on making this gun for 10 years. A project he started shortly after the Aurora Theater shooting.
Bro, my man's...
It's like the worst mass
my man's is out here fucking drawing Titanfall guns.
shooting in history, and happened right just down the road here from where I grew up. I was fortunate enough to not have to think about gun violence or gun deaths.
Well,
and
not
that was
here.
really my first sort of encounter with the topic, right? I was just starting to grow up, just starting to think about these kind of topics as a 15-year-old, and really started to think about how could we do something about this? I started thinking about this concept of a smart gun. Right? And by no means am I the first person to think about this, obviously. And it's been in science fiction forever, but nobody had ever really built a working smart gun.
Okay, so you're 15.
Yeah.
And instead of doing some policy, you're inspired.
Yeah, I was never a policy person,
okay,
right?
You're like, I'm an engineer.
I've been forced to become a little bit more of one, over the last 10 years. But
yeah, I was gonna say
I was an engineer. I was a socially awkward nerd.
A bona fide nerd who clinched his nerd bona fides by getting an award at the very prestigious Intel International Science and Engineering Fair.
So, okay, so for people who don't know, I mean, this is like no joke. This is like thousands of the world's smartest kids.
The year I went, it was the top 1,500 out of over 8 million people who competed across the year.
Right, yeah, like this is the top of the top.
It's as high as it gets, I think, for the science fair world. At the time, I was mostly an electrical engineer, and I could sort of fake my way through some mechanical engineering. So built a pretty good electrical system and a really mechanical system. Sort of slapped them together into this kind of gun-shaped object. Not an actual firearm in any way. I wasn't allowed to bring a gun to the science fair, quite obviously. I was very surprised by all this. I'd done a lot of science fair projects before. 3/4 of the time, people didn't believe that I'd actually built them. They thought my parents had did them. I mean this in the nicest way possible. Dad, I'm sorry, but my dad needs help turning his iPad on.
Damn.
After 10 years of toil, Kai is understandably proud that his business finally has a product to sell.
Cool. After you. Today we've got one of our Mark II prototypes, pre-production units of the Mars Smart Gun. So as soon as I start to interact with it, I'm going to see those white lights. The white lights basically mean that it's active. It sees that somebody's picked it up, but it hasn't recognized the user yet, so it's still locked.
To set up the gun, you register your face and fingerprints on this device in less than a minute, where you can also add and delete other users. If you're not registered, nothing.
Fingerprints are very well optimized, very commercially mature. You don't need a lot of processing power to run them appropriately. Facial recognition is a cutting-edge biometric, which means it requires orders of magnitude more processing power. So where previously we were able to just use little microcontrollers and things like that to do fingerprints, we've had to basically build an entire computer hardened for the system, that works inside of a gun to be able to run facial recognition at the speeds that are.
Dude, the crazy thing too is when a gun's firing, you're getting a lot of force and a lot of just a lot of force going through the entire firearm. I wonder how much that affects the hardware components
that our customers demand.
I've shot guns before, but I'm far from a gun enthusiast. In many ways, I'm BioFire's target audience. A dad who wants to keep his family safe, but who also thinks having a gun at home probably ends up more dangerous than good.
Generally.
Still, Old gun or new, I needed a few pointers.
Yeah.
I would try to lean forward, like just like
Okay.
lean into it a little bit. Ah, yeah, there you go.
My dude, are you not using fucking...
Okay.
And again, the target's like less than 10 feet away, so you don't need to worry too much about aiming.
Let's not point that out.
Sorry, the target is like 100 plus yards away, and Ashley is about to, do a marksman level short a shot here.
Are you gonna wear
to try it?
fucking...
Yep.
Oh, I was like... I was about to say, my dude, wear fucking ear
There
protection.
you go.
They got a
Still had
fucking...
more kick than I thought it was going to.
sight on
good.
it, too.
It
Or a
kicks,
fucking,
and from my experience, it works.
laser. Interesting.
The question is, will it sell? Several
Depends on
companies
how
have
much it
tried
is.
and failed to make a smart gun because it's really hard to do. And not just because you're mixing sensitive electronics with regular explosions.
Yeah, I was gonna
Okay, so
say.
you've chosen to do a startup doing this incredibly hard technology, and then to wade into like a Second Amendment sort of issue,
Yep.
right? So
Yep.
this is like nightmare.
Keeps it interesting.
How much is this thing?
That, as Kai has a talent for doing, is putting the controversy mildly. Pro-gun folks hate these things because they fear that one day the government will use the
Starbucks away
existence of
from
a
the
working smart gun
Oh, God. So boring.
to ban the dumb ones. Even flirting with smart guns leads to death threats and financial risks. One of the reasons BioFire's investors prefer to stay anonymous. And plenty of anti-gun folks don't like them because, they're guns. For his part, Kai's not interested in mandating or even advertising his product. BioFire, he says, is just here to provide choices and maybe save lives.
The key thing that
Is
we are
this
trying
it?
to
Oh, here it
solve,
is.
which I think we could completely solve, is children and teenagers getting access to firearms.
What?
Firearms are now the leading cause of death for
Oh,
children and
here it is.
teenagers in America. They surpassed motor vehicle accidents for the first time in 2020. I've never talked to a gun owner who wanted their kid to find their gun. And so we think that by building technology that,
Yo,
basically
what the
works with the gun owner.
fuck? Yo. What? Oh, I mean, let's be honest. This shit is fucking expensive. Fucking okay. So even if you're getting like the really like cheap one, what is this? Oh my god, Fort is $1,500. Yo, what the fuck? This is like super. This. Oh wow. It's like extra fucking wow. That's kind of wild, actually. I'm probably gonna play around with this. Mag release. Oh, I can't have red. I want like red for a mag release. Damn. Primary hand, right hand, serial number, of course. Upgrades, smart dock. What is this? Smart dock interface for adding user profiles. Oh, including, okay, you get 2 9mm mags. Yo, what the fuck? That's fucking cool. I gotta be honest, that's fucking cool. The fact that you can like pick your... This is some fucking like, that is cool. That is actually pretty cool. I really want one. I can't afford one at all. But that's fucking cool.
To enforce what they're already looking to do allows us to really actually address that portion of the challenge of basically gun deaths in America.
The final version of BioFire's gun arrived in April with this funky sci-fi look. It's definitely more Halo than Red Dead Redemption.
What?
But how well it will sell is anyone's guess.
We want it to look modern and futuristic and a little different than everything else that's on the market, obviously.
When I saw that one, it does have a little sci-fi thing.
The only
going
thing
on.
we don't want it to look too normal, but we don't.
The only thing I would want on it is a fucking I want a fucking optic mount on it.
want it to look like only, something that a sci-fi nerd would like myself.
the Cybertruck or something.
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to not say that.
What? That's fucking wild. Dude, that's fucking cool. I'm sorry, but that's pretty fucking cool. Okay, let's get the bottom. Okay, so that little round, that circle bit is where, so if you're I gotta admit, that's fucking cool. That dude. Okay. Uh-huh. Damn, dude. Fucking 16? let's see. Due at order finalization 14. Yeah, that's fucking expensive. Oh yeah, so then okay, and if you're left-handed or right-handed, that makes sense. Customize permanent register serial number. Our team will create it with you after you order. Yeah, I would just take a standard one. That's cool though. You can okay, like this would be really good. Honest to God. Okay, let's talk about really quickly about the safety implications. Okay, this would actually be really, really fucking good for the in terms of safety. This person, the Kai dude, mentioned safety, and I think that's a really, really good way of framing this and kind of thinking about it, because this firearm works for the user as basically anything else would, right? But in a scenario where, you know, we see in a lot of situations with gun violence that people get their guns from parents, from friends, from wherever. But like one of the key ones is I think we saw it in one of like the recent shootings where they got their firearm from like their parents, right? Like that's the thing that kind of happens. This would really cut down on the rate of that happening, and I think that's actually really good. Like that's actually a really great idea, is to kind of have that sort of safety measure in there. You know, if you have a firearm and you know you have somebody who's having those kinds of thoughts, that's like one way to keep that out of, to, you know, still be able to prioritize your safety, you know, what safety you think you need, and also you know, be able to keep that person safe. That's actually super cool. Stasis is sublimate. This largely isn't true. Even the experts asked to, I'm assuming that's supposed to delineate between spree killings and mass shootings. Most mass shootings are not spree killings, and 99% of them are done with pistols. Yeah. Did I say the opposite? I was talking about suicides. A large percentage of my apologies. No, you're good. I know I was kind of dithering with the terminology, but yeah, the yeah, I mean most shootings are done with pistols, because pistols are very concealable. You see a prevalence of them in like mass shootings, but there's not a you know, at the end of the day, the goal is not, I think, the goal is to keep firearms out of the hands of irresponsible and dangerous people, not to, I think, worry as much about like what firearms are available on the market. There's obviously, I don't know if it's a whole different conversation. That's a whole different conversation that if I start talking about it, we'll be here for days. But I think this is fucking cool. I want one. I really want one. This is fucking cool. You can, the fact that you, honest to God, come on. The fact that you can like customize it. The only thing I'm sad about is I can't get a fucking red mag release. I want like a red mag release. That'd be fucking sick. Fucking this, like the top white, bottom black, blue, that with the red mag release. Ah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, 9mm. Yeah, this is cool. I want one. You know, when I have like Hassan money, I'll buy one and make a video or something. But until that day, sadly, it's probably a bit far off. Machinist by trade. The issue is that we already have an item in its simplest form, and you've got people making 45s with hand tools in unpowered huts in Jakarta. Complexity can only be cut away. Do you mean like with this person's design or whatever, or do you mean like in terms of people getting a hold of what's it called? Correct. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's this is definitely a prototype thing, but I think it's neat. Solar roadways and the Hyperloop for guns. Yeah. Well, so the thing is, okay. Let me think about this. Let me think about if you're right, because you might have a point here. Because the Hyperloop was just a Gamerlight tunnel. The solar roadways, I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming I don't know what the solar roadways are, but okay, let me think about this. Okay, this is what I think. This is a experimental and pretty cool like little piece of technology that probably is not going to be like the idea that this is going to be the norm. I think is ridiculous. That the idea that you're going to have, especially for like $1,500, this is not going to be a common carry weapon whatsoever. This is very experimental, but I do think people who I think there will be a market for this. I just think it's going to be kind of small. But I don't think this is not going to challenge this is not going to challenge a lot of gun manufacturers in any way, I think. I mean, if it works, then it's kind of neat. I want one. But like this will not beat out my Beretta 92 FS because I love my Beretta 292 FS more than I will love any other firearm that I have. The thing that they tell, like at the end of all YouTube videos where they tell you to like click on one of these like things to watch more videos. Yeah, I've been meaning to film one of those. So that's what I was doing. I was just setting it up to film one.